What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. And we're going back for some more live Aha with the 2003 album How Can I Sleep With Your Voice in My Head. And we're going to go to the second disc again, and we're going to listen to Oranges on Appletrees. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I do remember when I reacted to it, there were a number of people who said, not my favorite, and a few who said, like, it just seems like it's not quite the Aha flavor, or at least one of the flavors that we've come to know. So it seems like a number of people kind of view it a bit outside their normal wheelhouse, if you will. But, you know, like with most Aha tunes, I appreciate a lot of it. I enjoy the sort of dynamic and perhaps experimental. I think a number of people refer to it as experimental. But yeah, I enjoy the slightly more, complex or less common composition, if you will. So yeah, and I enjoy the progression of the tune as well. It's a sort of dynamic track. And again, given that it's from the album Lifelines, which is just 1 year before this, I imagine the performance will be mostly in line with the studio version, maybe a longer outro where they sort of get into that jam mode that I've known they've done on a number of performances, different concerts. But yeah, ultimately I would expect it to be relatively close to the studio version given the temporal proximity between this and the recorded version. But yeah, let's get it. This is Oranges on Appletrees by Aha, heard here on the second disc of the live album How Can I Sleep With Your Voice in My Head. Someone mentioned the sort of cinematic drama of it. Maybe Philip? I feel that.
Water comes and water goes. Where it ends up, no one really knows. Water rises, water falls. Where it comes from, no one knows for sure. It seeps from every pore. In front of me, you believe what no one else could see. See it deep inside of me. Everything we know shall be renewed, and everyone will see.
That flute layer.
I used to be the only one, not now since you have come. 'Cause you and I have seen the signs, that's why we're running blind.
when they all sing. Definitely hit me stronger than the studio. And it's interesting, I'm thinking about it, it's like, they're using almost, sort of light and almost silly sort of lyrics to actually express a really profound idea, I think. The idea of not letting current dogma, current sort of attitudes about what's possible, about what you might be able to create or discover, sort of restrict or prohibit your creative or your ambition, your creative outlet. So it just feels like it's saying, sure, we know that this isn't possible and this isn't possible, but over time we reevaluate, we learn new things, and we come to new understandings, and we realize that what we thought before may not have been the end all be all about whatever that is. So again, we're talking about birds mating with bees and oranges growing on apple trees, and yet it seems like what they're getting at is actually quite profound. So yeah, sonically I enjoyed that even more than the studio version. As it was getting to the end of the song, it was feeling like more profound than I took it the first time. So again, I get it, different tunes, and maybe this one is a bit outside some of the more familiar avenues that they go down. But yeah, having heard this again, I enjoyed it even more than I did the first time. So let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.